So as life goes along, I find myself more and more in love with beauty. Perhaps because beauty absorbs us, body and soul, mind and spirit, leaving no place for hatred. Victor's songs of holy rage, I like to say, are so powerful precisely because many of them are so beautiful. None more so than Te recuerdo, Amanda. Te recuerdo, Amanda, calle mojada, corriendo a la fábrica donde trabajaba Manuel. La sonrisa ancha, lluvia en el pelo, no importaba nada, iba a encontrarte con él. Con él, con él, con él, con él. Son 5 minutos, la vida es eterna en 5 minutos. Suena la sirena de vuelta al trabajo y tú caminando lo iluminas todo. Los 5 minutos te hacen florecer. Oh, I can see you still, Amanda, running in the rain, running to the factory where he was working. Your lovely smile singing, rain shining in your hair. To you nothing mattered, you were running to be with him, with him, with him, with him, Manuel. It was only 5 minutes, but all eternity stood still for 5 breathless minutes. The siren is sounding, back to work, back to work. And as you dance homeward, you light up the pathway. Those 5 timeless minutes have brought you to Florida. Te recuerdo, Amanda, calle mojada, corriendo a la fábrica donde trabajaba Manuel. La sonrisa ancha, lluvia en el pelo, no importaba nada, iba a encontrarte con él. Con él, con él, con él, con él, que partió a la sierra, que nunca hizo daño, que partió a la sierra, y en 5 minutos quedó destrozado. Suena la sirena de vuelta al trabajo, muchos no volvieron. Tampoco Manuel. Oh, I can see you still, Amanda, running in the rain, running to the factory where he was working. Your lovely smile singing, rain shining in your hair. To you nothing mattered, you were running to be be with him, with him, with him, with him, Manuel. And he'd gone to the mountain, you'd never heard a fly. He'd gone to the mountain, and in 5 breathless minutes they destroyed him. The siren is sounding, back to work, back to work. So many never came home. Among them, Manuel. Te recuerdo, Manuel. Corriendo a la fábrica donde trabajaba.
Te recuerdo, Amanda, is particularly poignant here in Nicaragua, of course, where so many Manuels and indeed Amandas died in the mountain, fighting off Reagan Bush Contras. Seems sacrilegious to even attempt to interpret such a song as Te recuerdo, Amanda into English, but Victor himself led the way, writing a Spanish version of Little Boxes by Maureen Reynolds and Peace Sig As If I Had a Hammer. In any case, in common with my Nicaraguan pals, he hated people being too solemn. El Hombre es un creador always reminds me of his great smile, blending humor with powerful challenge to injustice. They killed me over and over for daring to sing my song, but I picked myself back up each time, helped by the hands of others. For I know I'm not alone now. There are so many of us. Amen to that.
Igualito que otro tanto de niño aprendí a sudar. No conocí las escuelas ni supe qué es jugar. Me sacaban de la cama por la mañana temprano y al alto mi papá fui creciendo en el trabajo. Like so many other children, I learned early to sweat and toil. Never had the time to play, see the inside of the school. They dragged me from the bedclothes way before dawn each day, and I grew up a working hand alongside my old man. Con mi pura habilidad me la di de carpintero, de estupidor y albañil, de caster y ternero. Pucha que sería bueno haber tenido instrucción, porque de todo elemento el hombre es un creador. Well, I turned out pretty handy, I can tract and shape a plank, build walls, slap on the plaster, fix your car or plug your tank. It would have been quite useful to have had some time in school, but no matter what his tools may be, the working man's no fool. I can throw you off a house, I can roll you out a road, make wine that'll knock your socks off, keep a factory on full load. I go down the darkest mines and I climb the highest peaks, stroll among the stars and I carve the furrows deep. Yo le levanto una casa, le construyo un camino, le pongo sabor al vino, le saco mito a la fábrica, voy al fondo de la tierra y conquisto la altura, camino por las estrellas y hago surco a la espesura. Well, I quickly learned the language of owner, boss and patron. They killed me over and over for daring to sing my song. But I picked myself back up each time, held by the hands of others. For I know I'm not alone now. There are so many of us. Aprendí el vocabulario del amo dueño patrón. Me mataron tantas veces por levantarles la voz, pero en el suelo me paro porque me prestan la mano, porque ahora no estoy solo, porque ahora somos tantos.
Bill Clinton's "It's the economy, stupid" campaign slogan is the stuff of history. In time of war, don't you just want to scream out, though? It's the children, stupid. Beyond any actual war, there are currently apparently some 27 conflicts worldwide, besides the appalling Ukraine. It's always the little ones who bear the scars in their bodies and their hearts for the rest of their lives. And indeed, beyond armed conflict, tiny victims of me-first world greed, of the internal war of greed and concomitant and slavery, so exquisitely captured in this Victor's setting of an original poem by Spain's Miguel Hernández, who himself died in Franco's jail. Child born to the yoke.
One more child is born to the yoke today. No sweetness hers, no time for play. Born with her head bowed, the yoke ready made to fit her neck. Lord, the tailor made for her. He begins to live, he begins to die. From moment to moment he begins to die. Wrapped in the dark skin, it's all that his mother has to give. Yoked with him to the labor, they have no learning to count up their years, yet already they know them full well. Drenched in the salt of their own sweat, heavy crown of the laborer's spell, my heart is breaking for these little ones. Like a great thorn it pierces my side, and all their life just to think of it, it breaks my heart and soul in two. They have no learning to count up their years, yet already they know them too well. Drenched in the salt of their own sweat, heavy crown of the laborer's spell. Who will bring healing to these little ones, so small, smaller than a grain of corn? Who has the hammer we need if they are to go free? shatter the cruel chains. Where can they come from but from our hearts, from those who labor, who play their parts, those who do know themselves, who they truly are. Must first feel the child yoked anew in their hearts.
The Great War, World War III, is already here, has already begun. It's appallingly well underway. Humanity versus Earth herself. And tragically, we're currently winning, hands down. Victor's little song about collecting up cigarette stubs for tobacco to make a roll-up sounds disgusting, but not a bit of it. The pure beauty of his ay, me queris gives the lie to all violence, heals us for love's and beauty's greatest ever struggle, for earth, for life itself.
Voy a hacerme un cigarrito, ¿acaso tengo tabaco? Si no tengo, ¿de dónde saco? Lo más cierto es que no pito. Ay, ay, me quieres, ay, ay, me quieres, ay, ay, Voy a hacerme un cigarrito con mi bolsa tabaquera. Lo fumo, bota la cola y recójala el que quiera. Ay, 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 me quieres. Ay, 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 me quieres. Ay, ay, ay. Cuando amanezco con frío, prendo un cigarro de Havara y me caliento la cara con el cigarro encendido. Ay, 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 me quieres. Ay, 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 me quieres. Ay, ay, Voy a hacerme un cigarrito, ¿acaso tengo tabaco? Si no tengo, ¿de dónde saco? Lo más cierto es que no pito. Ay, 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 me quieres. Ay, 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 me quieres. Ay, ay, ay.
song, but it out real strong and just to play your part. Me apega sindicato, al sindicato, cada sindicato. Me apega sindicato, al sindicato, o morir. Coffee drinkers, don't be a bunch of stickers. Support your stuff, give them the squad. There's a baby can touch you, take them to us. How often they need you right? When you had a really rough night, they come for you with the heavenly blues. Come on, get in there, fight. Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. That Starbucks union. Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. Make a big song with you. Starbucks workers too. Just a break for love and it's just more for us. With that union ball, it's you for me and me for you, and the union for us all. Under the Facebook page, we tweet them to make a holiday for the cases from me and you. Let's not take any story, unite into the score. This is our time, let's hear that time. To do its best, some pretend on the rest. Where's where you see your view with me? Starbucks for London. Come on, you all, I'm
But that's Nicaragua for you. No planning, just get together practically at dawn without any coffee, bang out a number, no beer. Terrific, it would have taken me weeks. But Lenin Triana and his merrymen just stepped up the rhythm and bong, the Union song. Why all the excitement? For the first time ever, the Starbucks baristas are including Nicaraguan coffee pickers in their demands for a dignified life. First time ever, or maybe since the Wobblies. Capital is international, we are international. One planet, one people. Tremendous. And then phones, you gotta love them. Tremendous tools for revolutionary action. I now see if we can recapture them from Tim and Co. Although this particular song focuses for the moment on their drawbacks.
Conocí a este muchacho, me puse como un tonto. Decidimos casarnos y lo hicimos pronto. Pero cuando dije al padre, vas allá, has esperado tanto. Le sonó el maldito celular. Y él está comiendo celular, está comiendo el celular. Ay, él está comiendo el celular, estamos jodidos ya.
Met this girl down Brighton, she was really rather nice. Decided to get married and we did so in rice. But when the pastor said you may kiss the bride once, twice or even thrice,
off went a bleeding cell phone. So she woke me early morning for a little bit of pash. Well, okay, my darling, I mumbled. Well, at my age, it may be rather rash. As we got me doing so, I used to heard my teeth go no, 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 no. For off went a bleeding cell phone. The aliens came a-calling. They came from outer space to help us all stop wars and stuff to save the human race. The geezer they was talking to slammed the door right in their face. For off went his bleeding cell phone. It is being eaten by a cell phone. It is being eaten by a cell phone. It is being eaten by a cell phone. That'll be the end of that. Dijo Dios, caracoles, tengo que irme para abajo. Aquella gente estúpida está haciendo un gran relajo. Pero cuando llamó una voz escuchó.
Lo sentimos, Diosito mío, usted ya no tiene salud.
Al diablo con el maldito Lula. God said I better go below, sort those buggers out. The way they're wrecking everything, they haven't got a shot. But when he called, a voice replied, we're sorry, good old chap, your plan appears to have just run completely and most unfortunately. To hell with the bleeding cell phone. Caballeros, porque andaba orinando, con tanto café sandino estaba casi explotando, pero todos los baños estaban bloqueados, con hombrones platicando, comparando el tamaño de su celular. Room to take a little leak. With all that fair trade copy, I was more than quite replete. But all the urinal thingamajigs was blocked up for a week by guys comparing the size of their cell phones. Dios esté comiendo el celular. Adiós, Dios esté comiendo su celular. Dios esté comiendo el Lula. A nosotros los hombres está comiendo Lula. Estamos jodidos ya, pues con baterías y plásticos, guerras y quizás tumores cerebrales. Esas cosas son peligrosas para la tierra y para nosotros, mis señores. Si queremos paz, hacer amor, orinar sin temor. Al carajo con el maldito Lula, el planeta le está comiendo el Lula, el planeta le está comiendo su Lula, el planeta le está comiendo su Lula. Estamos jodidos ya. With batteries and plastics, wars and perhaps brain tumors too, these things are bleeding dangerous for the planet, for me, for you. So if you want to save the world, have fun, make love, or even yours alone, go dump your bleeding cell phone. Yeah, the planet's being eaten by the cell phone. The planet's being eaten by the cell phone. The planet's being eaten by the cell phone. That will be the end of that.
Victor singing for his companions in the death camp, even as the soldiers crushed his hands and played Russian roulette with him. How many rounds, my friend? How many rounds? surely one of the towering examples of hope in the midst of death. But we often overlook the heroism of Joan, Victor's wife, who herself risked everything, taking the master tapes of his songs with her as she was forced into exile in her native UK. It's largely thanks to Joan's unflagging and constant dedicated work, ever since the dreadful days of the coup, that Victor's music has become immortal. Above all, perhaps, and Joan will hate me for saying this, a great love story. I think Victor was thinking of Joan when he wrote this exquisite song, Cuando voy al trabajo, on my way to work.
Al trabajo, pienso en ti, por las calles del barrio, pienso en ti, cuando miro los rostros tras el vidrio empañado, sin saber quiénes son, dónde van. Pienso en ti, mi vida, pienso en ti, compañera de mis días, el porvenir. De las horas amargas y la dicha de poder vivir, laborando el comienzo de una historia, sin saber el fin. As I go to my work, love, think of you through the streets of the barrio, love. I think of you, wondering to see all those faces pressed against the steamy windows. Who can say who they are, where they go? I think of you, my love, my life. I think of you, compañera of all my days, and of what must come. From the most bitter hours to the joy to be alive, labor with the beginnings of our story. Who can tell its end? Cuando el turno termina y la tarde va estirando su sombra por el tijeral, y al volver de la hora, discutiendo entre amigos, razonando cuestiones de este tiempo y destino, pienso en ti, mi vida, pienso en ti, compañero de mis días, y del porvenir, de las horas más amargas y la dicha de poder vivir, laborando el comienzo de una historia, sin saber el fin. When at last I get home, love, you are there, and together we weave our dreams, love. Cuando llego a la casa y estás allí, y amarramos los sueños, laborando el comienzo de una historia, sin saber el fin.
Another great song that needs no introduction. Ni chicha ni limona, neither fish nor fowl. Come on, get off the fence, stop playing with yourselves, mocking people like me, the world's woolly liberals. This verse, I think, sums up our entire cause, the great dream of peace. So if you want to get down and party, first there's so much to do. Bread, shelter, song and friendship, for her and him, for me and you.
Haremos en Mapacá, aquí donde el sol calienta. Si usted que está acostumbrado anda donde vos se reta, y ningún daño le hará estar donde las papas queman. Y ningún daño le hará estar donde las papas queman. Usted no es nada, no es chicha ni limona, se lo pasa manoseando, caramba, zamba su dignidad. Usted no es nada, no es chicha ni limona, se lo pasa manoseando, caramba, zamba su dignidad. Come on now, get yourself over here, get over where the sun is shining. Yes, you're always holding back, making sure that your butt is covered. Come on now, come and join us over here where the spuds are burning. Come on now, come and join us over here where the spuds are burning. Oh, you're not real. Get off the damn fence. Yes, you who love to sit round and fondle your precious Peter's pens. Usted no es nada, no chicha ni limona, se lo pasa manoseando, caramba, zamba su dignidad. So if you wanna get down and party first, there's so much to do. Bread, shelter, song and friendship, for her and him, for me and you. And if you find that too radical, well, that's up to you, Jack. This baby's going forward, no time for turning back. Oh, you're not real. Get off the damn fence. Yes, you who love to sit round and fondle your precious Peter's pens. Usted no es nada, no es chicha ni limona, se lo pasa manoseando, caramba, zamba su dignidad.
La fiesta haya comenzado y la cosa está que arde. Usted quiere el más quedado, se quiere adueñar del baile. Total a los olfatillos no hay olor que se le escape. Total a los olfatillos no hay olor que se le escape. Usted no es nada, no es chicha ni limona. Se lo pasa manoseando, caramba, zamba su dignidad. Usted no es nada, no es chicha ni limona. Se lo pasa manoseando, caramba, zamba su dignidad. ¡Puja! Por Dios, habiendo tanta cosa buena en el mundo, ¿no? Digo yo, y hay algunos que se deciden por el bolsillo nomás. Bueno, allá ellos, digo yo. Si queremos más fiestoca, primero hay que trabajar. Y tendremos pa' todito, abrigo, pan y amistad. Y si usted no está de acuerdo, es cuestión de usted nomás. La cosa va pa' adelante y no piensa recular. Usted no es nada, no es chicha ni limona. Se lo pasa manoseando, caramba, zamba su dignidad. Usted, oiga, no es nada, no es chicha ni limonada. Se lo pasa manoseando, caramba, zamba su dignidad. Ya déjese de patilla, venga a remediar su mal. Si aquí debajito el poncho no tengo ningún puñal. Y si siguió siconeando, le vamos a expropiar las pistolas y la lengua y todo lo demás. Oh, usted no es nada, no es chicha ni limona. Se lo pasa manoseando, caramba, zamba su dignidad. Usted, oiga, no es nada, no es chicha ni limona. Se lo pasa manoseando, caramba, zamba su dignidad.
Manifiesto. Manifiesto is Victor's last song, published after that dreadful physical death, but glowing with beauty, iridescent with courage. Where better to end this tribute to Victor, to join to all the children, the war victims, battered earth herself. In Victor's own last words, there where everything ends, there where all things have their start. Song which has shown itself valiant, that song will always give birth to new song. Thank you.
Yo no canto por cantar, ni por tener buena voz. Canto porque la guitarra tiene sentido y razón. Tiene corazón de tierra y alas de palomita, es como el agua bendita, santigua gloria y pena. Aquí se encajó mi canto, como dijera Violeta, guitarra trabajadora, con olor a primavera. My song is not just for the singing, still less to show off a lovely voice. This guitar is the heart of my music, filled with the tender tenderness of all that makes us true. Its heartbeat grows from the earth, it soars on the wings of the flying bird, flows like the blessing of water that's pure, gracing both glory and pain. My song has found its true home now, just as Violetta the singer would say, guitar working with all its heart, warm with the scent of the sweetest of spring. Que no es guitarra de ricos, ni cosa que se parezca. Mi canto es de los andamios para alcanzar las estrellas. Que el canto tiene sentido cuando palpita en las venas del que morirá cantando las verdades verdaderas, no las lisonjas fugaces, ni las famas extranjeras, sino el canto de una loa hasta el fondo de la tierra. This guitar has no song for the rich. How in the world could that ever be? It sings of the ladders we're building, so that one day we will all reach the stars. How deep the feeling a song has when it beats in the veins of one who will fall, singing his song to the bitter end, fearlessly speaking the truth. No thought for stardom or glory, no chasing of fame over all the world, telling the story of this slender land, delving down to its most secret soul. Oh, there where everything ends, there where all things have their start. Song which has shown itself valiant, that song will always give birth to new songs. Allí donde llega todo y donde todo comienza, canto que ha sido valiente, siempre será canción nueva, siempre será canción nueva. Siempre será canción nueva.